Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And we're now into the modern era of Superman films as we continue our celebration of Superman on film in preparation for Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, Dawn of Justice. Still
Dawn of Justice.
Still the dumbest subtitle of all time. Thanks, Zack Snyder. And Zack Snyder? There's multiple. There's an
of course.
Christopher Reeves's.
Yeah. This is actually my favorite Superman film to date. Superman Returns. Yes, I'm aware of the flaws. Please send me all your tweets and texts.
And he'll ignore them.
Yeah, I'll just give you a winky face and go, that's like your opinion, man.
Zach.
Yeah.
Zach likes to say that.
Oh, he loves the Big Lebowski stuff. Where do you guys stand on the Superman Returns, which is now 10 years old?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Revisiting all these Superman films has been fun and interesting and eye-opening. When this first came out, I didn't like it at all. There were moments.
Most of America would agree.
Yeah, there were moments I liked, but whatever. We'll get to that. But I will say, now that we're almost done with this, Man of Steel's next, and I'm very familiar with Man of Steel. And I'm very familiar with Superman Returns. This is probably my third favorite Superman movie.
Behind Man of Steel and
Superman the movie.
Right.
Probably, yeah. Again, Brandon Routh, it's a bummer that we didn't get more of this. I'm glad he's the Atom now. That's cool. But it's I think
Shaw on Chuck.
Oh yeah, I never watched that. But
Chuck's over, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But
Josh.
No,
he cries inside.
There's some stuff in this that no other Superman movie has touched in terms of Superman moments and quality, and I'm really excited to watch my favorite moment from this movie, which is kind of it's fucking whatever. I'm excited to watch this movie.
Personally, I think that this would have been greater if it had been part of a specific franchise. If you sit in the context of the Christopher Reeve Superman universe, it fits really well. It feels like a Christopher Reeve Superman movie, and I think Brandon Routh was a great choice for that Superman. Mm-hmm. And when it came out, I had the opposite of Jake. I loved it when it came out. I wasn't running around going, "Superman's back! This is the greatest movie of all time!" But I was like, "That was a good movie. I want to see it again at a theater that doesn't suck," because I saw that at a domed IMAX theater, which is the worst place to see a movie because the ceilings, it's a planetarium. The ceiling's super curved, and on the sides of the screen, everyone's leaning over that way, and it was an awful experience. But the movie itself was good, and then it was one of those movies that with each subsequent viewing, I saw more of the flaws, saw more of the weird nature of it, but at the same time, a lot of the quote unquote flaws with the movie is just it being kind of campy and fun, and that's not a bad thing, especially with a Superman movie, because that's what made the Christopher Reeve movies great to a point. Basically, when who was it, Lester?
Richard Lester.
Yeah, Richard Lester took over and just made them outright comedies. That was the problem.
Farcical,
but them having a jovial nature about them was a good thing. So I felt
something
this
lost in Superman movies now,
where they go dark.
Yeah. And that's DC, but so I
gotta make
think
it rooted in realism, even though it's about a guy who can fly.
Yeah. It was fine for the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, but it doesn't need to be every single movie that they put out.
Indeed.
Anyway, Josh, what do you think about this movie?
Well, much like you, me and my father, because I wanted to see this in 3D when it came out, and I ended up going to, at this point, you and I have agreed on the same theater you saw it at.
It must have been.
But
it was like a IMAX theater down in Newport News or Virginia Beach-ish area.
And went out of my way to see it in 3D in the same exact viewing experience, which really didn't help the experience. I mean, it's been the only time I've seen it, but I still did enjoy it, despite having to crane my neck in a really uncomfortable way.
I ended up seeing it a second time with my dad at the Manassas Theater. After they converted one of their screens to a dinner theater, which was a cool experience. Got to eat dinner and watch Superman Returns with my pops.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I have the DVD box set. So
I also think it's funny, just real quick, that Sam's favorite Batman movie is pre whatever Nolan one is Batman Returns, and his favorite Superman movie is Superman Returns.
He likes the returning.
I do.
He likes them when they come back.
Though I assume Batman's been in like operation since we last see him in '89. Like, I don't think he takes a 5-year break.
No.
Like, for me, that's my biggest complaint about Superman Returns is the fact that he fucks off for 5 years.
Yeah. 5 years, man.
5 years.
Yeah. So, with that one, let's go ahead and get this motherfucker started.
It's a long one.
So we're watching the same Blu-ray box set that we've been watching for the entire run of Superman, except for... No, even Superman the Mole Man, because we weren't watching my Laserdisc of that. Whatever. So same thing. With most of the rest of the ones, there's not an alternate cut of this, so whatever one you're watching should be the same that we're watching. Superman Returns on Blu-ray, the initial release. We've got the movie set up, ready to go. The counter's at all zeros, so make sure you have that going for you. And then I'm going to give you a countdown and tell you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Was it just me, or did that countdown feel a lot slower than my usual countdown? Then again, I think I was talking faster for the rest of it, so maybe I was overcompensating.
It's kind of like, all right.
I was like, let's just get the movie started.
Yeah, man. There was that nice, of course, John Williams flourish, the Superman flourish at the end of the Warner Brothers thing. Legendary, of course, being the same studio that developed the Christopher Nolan Batman films. And the, wait for it. Looks like a job for Superman. I missed that logo.
Me too.
Instead of the folding D.
Yeah, no,
get the fuck out of here.
That's
folding D.
That is one of my favorite DC logos. Their other one that was the logo before that kind of looked like the Converse.
Yeah, that was
logo.
that's my favorite one.
But that's for nostalgia reasons. That I think it's just a good looking logo.
This is my favorite cue from the John Williams score.
Bryan Singer was a huge, he cites Superman the movie as being part of the reason why he wanted to be a filmmaker. And so when he got the chance, he's like, look, I want the theme. I'm not going to make this movie unless I have the John Williams score. And it needs to be set kind of somehow loosely within that continuity, kind of ignoring Superman 3 and 4 taking place.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the thing I think that helps and hurts the movie.
Yeah, there's some baggage there. Oh, merciful Rao. It's about to blow.
I like that it looks like Krypton absorbs Rao.
And then absorb this.
Dodge this.
If you can dodge a sun, you can dodge a ball.
I do like that that's really the most, at least up until this point, but I think to my short-term memory, that's the most we ever see of the actual, destruction of Krypton.
On the big screen for sure.
Superman the movie, we just get them awkwardly falling.
Star Trek style.
Yeah. And then in Man of Steel, you see Laura as it's just slowly exploding in front of her, and then it just cuts to the
because in most incarnations of Superman's origin story, you just get Krypton was destroyed, and then you see destruction happening, but you're like, that just looks like buildings are falling and stuff like that. How is Krypton itself being destroyed? And you see the sun go supernova.
Oh yeah.
But then at the same time you're like, but this is such an advanced civilization. How do they not know their sun was going supernova?
Science is real, bitch. Science is the new rock and roll.
Yeah. And I do love the return
Skeletor?
of I do love the return of the classic, credits
zoom as opposed to Superman 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And the Superman in this one getting top billing.
That's one of my favorite.
Which happens in Superman 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my
It's a bit
favorite
late.
moments in Man of Steel, in Smallville, when Smallville ends, when he spoilers for people who haven't seen it, He runs up to the camera, rips his shirt open to reveal the S.
One of your favorite.
I was like,
things.
Yeah, it's my favorite Superman movie is the Smallville finale. But he rips the shirt open, you see the S, and then it does the Superman the movie credits, and I immediately watched Superman the movie afterwards.
So Bryan Singer very famously left during pre-production of the third X-Men film to do this movie,
and took James Marsden with him.
Yeah,
right.
and in faux retaliation, Fox kills off Cyclops off screen in that movie. It's kind of like a fuck you.
And then James Marsden shows up in Days of Future Past, and he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
To be honest, that entire decision of leaving and taking him with him and killing Cyclops off screen
Chris Lee.
all worked out to everyone's benefit.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Like, no one was complaining that Cyclops died in that.
Not a Cyclops fan, Josh?
Oh, no.
I was complaining that they, I understand why they did it, but I was like, that's such a bitch-ass move to kill him off screen.
You're right. We should have seen the pain he went through.
Jesus.
Did he, kill your parents or something, Josh?
You might as well have.
Hey, look, it's Jupiter. There goes Jupiter.
Bye, Jupiter.
It's John Carter of Mars.
Interesting that there
I
was
think I
no
just saw Mark
asteroid belt.
Watney there.
Bring him home, the moon. Now I can't believe this movie at all because it posits that the Earth is round.
Yes, and Florida.
And Florida doesn't.
Zoomed in on Florida.
As we all know, the Earth is flat, guys.
Statues of chicks holding up drinks. Yeah.
And little
yeah.
Whatever.
That's Noelle Neal, who played, Lois Lane in Superman and the Mole Man and The Adventures of Superman TV show.
Yay!
So we get that reference right there, and kind of a nice symmetry to our commentaries. Though we got one more movie which doesn't have Noelle Neal. So anyway,
I wonder why.
yeah, almost another reason why Man of Steel sucks.
Oh! Of course, they would call her something like Gertrude.
See that, or like Dolores.
And we're about to get a perfect response to all the people that complain about Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor hair.
I'm not complaining about his hair. I'm complaining about him being the actor.
Oh, well, that's a fine complaint.
She's got the porcelain dolls.
Foreshadowing.
Dogs kissing.
You taste delicious.
You say that word. I don't think you know what that means. I'm going to get you to sign. Good. Of course, Bryan Singer had worked with Kevin Spacey on Usual Suspects, and that's where they struck up a friendship. And he was like, Kevin Spacey was always my only pick for Lex Luthor. And now he's fucking Frank Underwood. He's literally fucking a fictional character named Frank Underwood. I'm going to eat the children. She's scared of hair. She is hair-phobic.
Later that night, she shaved it all.
She's going to have a big problem when she looks in the mirror and realizes that she has a full crop.
Yeah. Similarly, Parker Posey was the only choice for the Teschmacher kind of analog. And there's a nice little look at the yacht that they'll do just weird shit on.
Yeah. Spend like a good chunk of the movie on.
Probably take a weird shit on.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Jake's favorite part.
Mm-hmm. It's available on the Blu-ray and DVD. There was a deleted prologue where you actually see Superman visiting the ruins of Krypton in his ship.
That's right.
And as we stated, I think in the Superman 3 commentary, this is how you know that Superman 3 is no longer in continuity in the Superman Returns verse, because Clark Kent mentions that his mother has since died, and there she is, played by Ave Marie Saint from North by Northwest, who appeared with Marlon Brando in his film debut On the Waterfront.
Crypto, but not really.
What about the dog, Sam? What else has this dog been in?
Well, he was previously in a movie with Brandon Routh.
Air Bud.
He just looked at you like, fuck you, bro.
Sorry, dog.
It's been a rough couple of years for that dog.
Oh.
I'll see myself out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dog will too.
Who the hell was she playing Scrabble with?
How did you manage to get the words for alienation in there? That's a big fucking word.
The old man who left earlier, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a truck leaving, wasn't there?
Oh, tits.
Not again!
Yeah.
Damn it, I already raised one alien from space. I ain't doing it again.
It does in the comics. A couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. They were kind of the go-to, like, halfway home between an alien world and Earth.
Yeah. Mom, Pa, Kent, you're not doing anything. Could you raise my clone and my cousin?
It's like,
And
Clark,
my-
you know we have
and
a farm,
and
right?
my
Yeah,
ball
no,
of
you're
jelly
not doing
of a
anything.
fake cousin.
Yeah. Protoplasmic cousin
Yeah.
that sometimes disguises itself as me.
No, with the deleted scene you had mentioned, Sam, I thought the whole thing of this was he went and found out there was no remains.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
the-
like
the-
shards of Krypton. The way that
But I think the idea was like, oh, maybe the planet is still there.
there's a
Or like there's the floating city of Kandor or something like that.
there's a deleted subplot. Cal Penn obviously shows up in the movie, right?
Right.
But doesn't have any lines save for saying like I know, like while he's like cutting off a shard of crystal. His subplot, the entire reason Bryan Singer hired him, he had a subplot is he was an astronomer that was disgraced, and Lex Luthor manipulates him into writing a fake report that they've discovered Krypton, and so Superman's like, oh shit, Krypton's around, I'm gonna go check it out.
Right, but I thought the thing of like where they make a mention of like he goes out there and he's like, there's not even like any dust of the planet left. Like there's just an empty hole.
You're about to get the line from Clark himself.
But you're explaining there was like small fragments
Well, I mean,
originally still out there?
Like,
In the deleted scene, you see like
so
shards of planet.
Okay.
Nothing worth going out there for.
Right.
Is what
Okay.
is what he insinuates.
Right.
Not quite Alderaan status, where it's like space dust.
Yeah, that's
More
what I
like-
was expecting.
Yeah, more like
Like a splinter?
yeah, Splinter. Like again, like
It's
Splinter
like
kind of-
someone telling you, "Hey, Burger King is closed," and you drive 5 years, and you're like, "No, it's definitely not closed." And you drive there, and it's closed,
It's
and
like
then you
deserted.
go
It's
back,
a shell of a Burger King.
and you're like, "Why did I do this?"
Okay.
Or like
there's Cal Penn not without any lines, fresh off of the first Harold and Kumar film.
But before his appearance... No, that's right. He didn't get House. It was his other co-star that got House.
He only
Actually-
shows up on House for like a season, right? Or no, for a handful of episodes. And then
Cal Penn was on.
Okay, yeah. all
and
right.
but it was Olivia Wilde that won the cast
He,
role.
Spot.
he
Yeah.
left because Obama wanted him in his cabinet for
He was
young
a-
teens,
yeah.
just like in the movie Dick.
He got while he used to live in D.C. working for the Obama administration, he actually got mugged in DuPont Circle.
Mm.
Way to go, DC.
D.C. rising.
What a silly thing to put on a boat. Something that requires
Stability.
yeah. So I'm sorry. I think you didn't get to finish the Cal Penn.
Oh yeah, he
Side
was
story.
he was a disgraced astronomer that
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor has like employs and has him write a report that he discovers Krypton, and he's like, oh, that's why Superman leaves,
Mhm.
and that's why Lex Luthor is able to get out because Superman isn't able to show up at his hearing and provide the evidence to lock him away for good.
Which they do reference that.
They do reference that Superman,
But
didn't
they
show up for
actually
his
like
court.
showed it a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or at least overtly said it, like that it was his idea all along that he left Earth.
Yeah. And again, with what I was talking about before we started the movie, this being like an in-universe movie, like I think that Kevin Spacey did a great job of doing Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
Did
he
better
did it
than
better than
Gene
Gene
Hackman.
Hackman.
but yeah, I do too. Funny you say that because
Because I feel like he gets a lot of shit.
well, yeah, I think he's certainly one of the standouts of the film. But he like approached Bryan Singer and he was like, "So do you want me to do this like Gene Hackman?" And he's like, "No, I want you to make it your own. And if anything, don't make it as jokey. Make it darker and make it angrier because this guy put you away in prison for a while."
And, like, I remember some of the stories, like, he would drive around set with his own personal golf cart and have a toy of Superman tied to the back, which he would drag
In
along.
effigy, yeah. He also actually shaved his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, too early.
Yeah.
From what I remember, because they wanted to have him have real hair in that opening scene until he takes off, or I guess they wanted the wig to look
to be real,
to be real hair, and then like maybe be wearing like a I don't know, but he like came the first day on set with a bald head already, and they're like, well, great, now we have to make a wig.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we don't shoot your stuff yet.
Isn't it funny that it seems that like the Fortress of Solitude is easier to find than the Batcave for everyone in any comic book or movie ever?
Yeah, although
no complaints here.
Superman's always like, you know, even though it's called the Fortress of fucking Solitude, he's like, I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I have nothing to worry about.
You know where they got the Fortress of Solitude from?
The radio?
Doc Savage.
Oh, yeah.
And Doc Savage's Fortress of Solitude was called the Fortress of Solitude.
So he was the best at having a Fortress of Solitude.
That's right, he was.
But he was modest about it.
He was.
The most
right.
modest.
And that's also where they got the Man of Steel, was the Man of Bronze.
Now we're supposed to get a reference to him.
Well, yeah, Parker Posey is about to bring it up. It's kind of like a very subtle kind of like eye roll, like I fucking have. They managed to cut a deal with the Brando estate to get the Brando footage, a bunch of unused Brando footage, some of which survives in the Donner cut.
Yeah, I remember when I think when I got this on home video was right around the time that the Donner cut got released, and like being like, oh, hey, this was in the movie, and this was in that movie. Ah.
According to Bryan Singer, there was like because they had like outtakes and stuff too. It's like there would just be stuff of him like walking around on set, quoting poetry, and just kind of trailing off, and then swearing like a sailor. Which is like,
where's that DVD special feature?
Yeah, come on, Singer. Do you still have access to the Brando files? And like someone was interviewing Ava Marie Saint. She's like, "How do you think your old co-star would appear or feel about getting, you know, his estate getting paid millions of dollars just for work he's already done being featured?" And she was like, he'd probably love it.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Brando. Yeah. Oh man, hearing some of the shit that he pulled on like the island of Dr. Moreau was just insane.
Was it
go watch Island of Lost Souls, kid.
Oh yeah, I think it's still on Netflix.
Or it's a great documentary about the making of
course, Hearts of Darkness.
Yeah,
he's like quoting random poetry and he accidentally like eats a bug. I swallowed a bug. He's looking into your soul, Josh.
I'm okay with that.
Would you vote for Frank Underwood, Josh?
Yeah.
Depends on who he's running against.
Yeah.
Trump.
And if he can get me some of those ribs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the ribs. Yeah.
There are some good like everyone's like, where's Freddy's in DC? It's like, well, there's a good barbecue place over in Southeast, and there's another one not in Anacostia, thank Christ, over in the Navy Yards, and there's another one over in Virginia Square, right behind the George Mason Arlington campus.
I highly recommend the Fat Man on Batman episode that was fairly recent that Kevin Smith has Brandon Routh on, and he goes in depth about the process of he auditioned for the Superman flyby, the J.J. Abrams, failed McG directed film.
Yeah,
Thank
J.J.
you.
Abrams written, McG directed.
Not directed, yeah.
But the reason he refused to fly to Australia.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm afraid of flying. It's like, fuck you. First off, fuck you. Period.
Yeah.
And then second off,
you want to make a Superman movie, but you're afraid of flying?
Oh, the irony.
This is one of my favorite.
Now he plays a superhero that still flies.
Anytime Clark's in Smallville, it's money.
There's just something like just classic Americana about it all. The Norman Rockwell painting come to life.
I always did like that where he's like testing out his abilities.
Mm-hmm. Trailer moment. I wish there was more of this.
There was supposed to be. They had also contracted the young guy plays young Clark Kent to appear in the sequels that never happened.
Yeah.
It totally could have been a Harry Potter too. I'm a god.
That's the big trailer moment I remember.
Yeah, that he finally gets the ability to not fall.
He flies through Darkseid. Credits.
It's like I was controlling it.
He masters flight way too quickly.
Sorry that it's not Iron Man.
Yeah. I mean, Man of Steel Superman does it pretty quick after knocking over a mountaintop.
Yeah, he just tries twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just looks very angry, and then he goes, closes his eyes slowly.
Creates an
slowly,
earthquake.
slowly. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he learns
But-
how to take off
But
just
to be
fine.
fair,
but
I
Look at
think,
that man. Look at that man.
I think the man who does it fastest is Christopher Reeve, where he just
Does it?
does it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And magically has the Superman suit.
I love the dog's reaction here.
This is where you cut it with him hitting it in Superman 4.
And hey, Clark, you're kind of a dick.
What happens to all
That's that
these
one perfect shot
sport
with the kid.
balls
Yeah, but-
that like just go flying? Because it's been a football, it's been 2 baseballs. I'm sure there's been plenty of other ones in other, Superman stories. Where do these all land? Who is dying
that
because they get a clock to the head?
There's that Smallville episode where his powers are fluctuating like back and forth, where he has them, doesn't have them, and it's in the opening credits for a while. He throws a tractor trailer over his head, and it like lands in the middle of Smallville like later on, and people are like, "What the fuck?"
I do have the pictures of Glenn Ford from
Oh,
Superman the
yeah.
movie.
I think that's the speaking of the Smallville episode. I think it's the episode where Perry White shows up.
Michael McKean, who is actually in real life married to Annette O'Toole.
Nice. It's
Also-
all connected.
Also the blonde guy from Spinal Tap.
That's right. Yeah.
What's your favorite Spinal Tap song? What's the one about asses?
They have a big bottoms.
Yeah.
That was.
I like
that
their
was-
album
that-
title, "Smell the Glove,"
Yeah. Mine Stonehenge.
and then when
Stonehenge, where the demon.
yeah.
But the big bottom one, I love that because all 3 of them, they're all playing bass guitars.
Yeah, and they're all shaking their asses
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah, so it's just 3 bass guitars and a drum set.
So Michael McKean's married to Annette O'Toole, who played Ma Kent in Smallville, and I guess Lana Lang in Superman 3. With the other guy, not the one with the handlebar mustache. One with the handlebar mustache is like big on The
Simpsons.
Simpsons. Yeah,
yeah.
Harry Shearer. The other one is married to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh. The guy that plays
Activia.
Nigel, whatever,
Not New York.
for once.
A proper metropolis, thank God.
What is it, like Chicago?
Melbourne.
Australia?
Australia,
a good chunk of
No
this-
confusing that for New York.
A good chunk of the movie was filmed in Australia.
I
I've conveniently
believe-
returned at the same time that Superman returns. After having left at the same time.
Detroit Rock City, baby.
But to be fair, they don't know Superman's returned yet.
I thought he was a great Jimmy Olsen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Sam Huntington.
You
Absolutely.
also get a nod to Jimmy later. Look at that fucker. Smile, you son of a bitch.
I'm the most powerful one here, and I can kill you all.
If I'm not mistaken,
I mean, yes.
he liked Brandon Routh liked his Clark Kent more than his Superman. Like every time they
yeah.
did test
Yeah.
readings, he said he always thought he did a better job as Clark.
Is he wearing contacts?
I think he has naturally blue eyes.
Skeletor.
Because I mean, his eyes are like insanely blue in this movie, and I'm just not
Yeah.
sure if that's like
They
an
might-
obscene amount of
It could
color
be digital.
correction.
Yeah, they might have. Like,
It's actually not that difficult.
yeah.
They do talk about how blue his.
You know who the first
His eyes
pick
are-
for Perry White was in this movie?
Christopher
Yeah.
Lee.
Lawrence Fishburne.
No, on both counts. Hugh Laurie.
Oh fuck!
I would have much preferred Stephen Fry.
I would
if
have
we're
paid out
gonna
the
go there.
ass for that.
Because Bryan Singer is one of the producers on House, and
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
and
Ugh.
though ironically it was a scheduling
even-
conflict with House that led.
He's
to
even in like the first episode, or he appears.
directs. Yeah,
Or well, he
does
acts.
he cameo as well?
Yeah, not a cameo because he plays
The
you know.
blonde chick is the femme Nikita. Not obviously not Maggie Q, but like the USA
the old, well, not the original because it's a remake of a
movie,
like a French movie, but
yeah, but like the proper television show.
My mom loved the shit out of that TV show.
It was way too confusing for me at the time.
She also played Mina Harker in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
which I love.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few
that was
people
a great role for her
that loves The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, you're not the only one here.
No, I just said one of the few.
It killed. It's the movie that convinced Sean Connery to retire from acting.
Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm not smiling.
Boner
anymore.
killer.
You know, he should be more happy that she won that award for his disappearance and being like, oh.
Some people have emotions.
His are wrong.
That guy looks like Cyclops. And you a little bit.
Wait a second.
What?
I thought he breaks that.
Wait for it.
He's still holding it.
Yeah. There we go. That's what does it. Not that she's moved on. No, that she's a mom.
Kate Bosworth was cast at Kevin Spacey's suggestion because he had just worked with her on Beyond the Sea.
Somewhere beyond the sea. There you go for all you X-Files fans.
Yeah. And Bobby Darin fans, too.
Yes, Starbuck.
I think that was used in one of the BioShock games, too.
I mean, makes sense considering the first two games are set, like, basically...
in the sea.
Yeah. Oh, cannibal puppy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that puppy now, Josh? Do you love it more?
I always said it was foreshadowing. But, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to love the one that survived.
Not the weak one.
I don't love weak ones.
Yeah.
Only the strong.
Yeah.
Hey, they say the same thing in Thor, which is just paraphrasing Arthur C. Clarke. How much time and
Your
money?
ancients called it magic. you call it science. Where I come from, it's one and the same.
Lex Luthor loves model train sets. The
Who
untold
knew?
story. He also programs them to scream, apparently, because you like what when it all gets wrecked, they're like,
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what?
I
But Lex
really
Luthor
do
would.
love this Lex.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Teschmacher.
That's Jimmy Olsen from The Adventures of Superman. Good old.
He passed away recently.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Still got the bow tie.
Nice little nod. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Olsen drinking and Clark Kent drinking.
In the middle of a work day.
Yeah, that's the kicker.
To be fair, it's only going to affect one of them.
We have 2 bars on campus. I always...
I won't tell anyone if you don't, Sam.
Just maybe during spring break. When nobody's on campus. Except for me.
I always liked that.
And the students with no homes to go to.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I think Jake. I can't remember if you talked about it on one of the shows or if it was off mic, but there was this story. I think it's from the Max Landis Superman book that's ongoing right now, where he
American Alien?
Yeah, where he impersonates Bruce Wayne. And
on a boat. Yeah,
yeah.
he gets mistaken for Bruce
or
Wayne.
yeah, gets mistaken, and and he
awkwardly pop up.
and he gets drunk because he's been poisoned.
Yeah, well, the effect of the poison that should kill somebody makes him seem like loopy or whatever, and then he flicks Deathstroke, and he goes like flying out of the boat. It's hilarious. He also fucks up Batman hardcore in issue 4. I don't like any of this stuff. It's kind of like Superman the movie, where like I don't really like the Lex Luthor stuff. I mean, it needs to be in there, but just more Superman.
This part's magic.
Magically shit.
I like how getting the crystal wet sets off an EMP.
There's very few things you can get wet that do that.
Hey. Man, I forgot to save.
Yeah.
CDRs.
The close deployable rockets.
Oh, not compact disc recordables.
No. One of the pilots of the spaceship is Richard Branson from Virgin, I guess America. Virgin
Don't look.
everything.
Just fly.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
The rebel billionaire, Branson's quest for the best. They canceled that show 8 episodes in. He never found the best.
Because he was too busy going to space.
He was the rebel billionaire. Branson's quest for the best. That's the best subtitle of all. If Dawn of Justice is the worst subtitle of all time, Branson's quest for the best is the best subtitle of all time.
Now,
Especially knowing that he never found the best.
still out there. Now, this scene is the best. It's not my favorite scene in the movie, but it's fucking awesome.
The Smallville was the Smallville your favorite?
No, it's later.
Oh, I think we'll get there.
It's like legitimately one of my favorite Superman moments of all time. This though is great. I always like it's the John Byrne kind of thing, you know, saving the shuttle, saving the plane as your arrival, or in Superman, Man of Steel #1's case, like, or not #1.
Move, Calpen.
Yeah.
Say a line, Calpen.
Arrival to the planet. Metal.
Again, Lex Luthor would program his train set to scream.
Yeah, you know.
You know, it would have been cute. 2 screams. If they had modeled this after, like, the earthquake scene in the first Superman movie.
I'm sure that might have an influence to it. The way that, like, Bryan Singer holds that first film in such high regard.
Mm-hmm. You just would have been great if they had, like, the car, like Lois's car, like
Oh yeah,
getting trapped.
Give me a line, Richard Branson. Never found the best.
Not even this. This isn't even the best.
No. He also shows up in Casino Royale, which came out the same year. He's getting... There he is.
Someone give that man an Oscar.
He in Casino Royale in the Miami airport sequence, he's getting frisked at the security checkpoint.
Enjoyably?
He doesn't look like he's found the best.
Remember how hardcore Lois gets rocked in this scene?
Remember how hardcore Lois gets rocked in this whole movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The classic
But
Superman
remember,
thing.
it's
Everything
Lois.
goes
She can
wrong.
take it.
Apparently.
Nothing faint about that pop.
Give me more Richard Branson. Did you know that, I don't know what capacity would have showed up in the film, but Bryan Singer offered the role of General Zod to Jude Law multiple times, and Jude Law turned him down every time, and he's like, you're the only person I see filling this role, and so they dropped the part entirely from the film. I don't know, again, how he would have figured into all of this.
I think it's just because he has a very similar head to
Terrence Stamp, but I don't know how General Zod would figure into the story.
And also which version, like thrown down a cavern or...
Maybe he's a prisoner in the fortress. That would be cool.
Because there's one where he doesn't get mercilessly killed by Superman, right?
In the network version, he just is depowered and is arrested by the Arctic Patrol.
Right.
Oh, that's right. I'm Superman.
No, they did fine 5 years without me. They don't need me.
He did win a...
There goes Mr. Kent.
He did win a
always
costume
running away
contest.
as soon as Superman comes out.
As Superman.
It's so cool right here.
I did like the details they added to this suit.
Oh, the miniature S's?
Uh-huh.
Textures?
Yeah.
Props to any movie that does this. Zack Snyder. All you need is that little thing.
Just a little pop.
Just gets me going. Fucking Spider-Man had it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
And 1.
Yeah. I'm just saying 2. He's
2 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck this. It's insane.
She should be in traction for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, she's just so fucked.
There are a lot of times, any time Lois has been in danger like this, she should be in traction.
There's one thing that happens later in the movie where it's like, you should just be dead.
Yeah.
But again,
Yes,
only
bitch.
because it's Lois.
Plot armor is strong.
The look on her face here when she realizes that they're going to be okay. That's just like, hi, bitch.
Well, what you...
Fierce as fuck.
I think a lot of people, when they saw the movie...
Branson, here's your best.
A lot of people thought he was breathing like steam out of his nose like a bull, but he's using his he's using his heat vision.
Yeah.
Which you shouldn't be able to see, ever.
I mean, you see
Depends.
it in the
I like the red lines. Don't look.
Just fly.
Oh, my watch.
Oh, life is grand.
A pen.
Is mightier.
Then fuck.
Like, they don't need to have her, like, dying in the plane to make it, like, a scene that's intense. Like, the plane's already fucked.
Yeah, it's like, we need to put her in more danger.
They don't need to have her flying around being dead.
Yeah, it's not like Superman knows that she's getting rocked.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit, I need to up what I'm doing. This is a cool shot right here where you see
Fucking good stuff. He did talk about, like, the worst part was, like, obviously hanging around in a harness, but was going to take a piss and then having to, like, get peeled out of the wet suit because it's full of sweat and then going back into it, like, cold sweat suit. He said that part sucked. And waking up the next day and just being, like, in pain.
Well, in the fabric they used for the suit, it would stretch out upon use. So they had to make, basically every day of shooting, they would have their own Superman suit. It's like, guys, at a certain point, where's your budget going?
Oh, we see that scene later on.
But I mean, again, there's no reason why this movie was like over $200 million. And this is like $2006.
Yeah.
Like, we see $200 million movies now and we're like, oh, okay.
That's another reason why I think it didn't end up being a success.
You're right, Sam.
Like a franchise, because it itself spent far more money than it needed to.
But then again, we see this budget today and then we realize, oh, it went to this one actor.
Yeah.
Well... And this was, I mean, Brandon Routh got reportedly paid $1 million for this film.
Which is like what the fucking Big Bang Theory guys get every episode.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, fuck them.
That's awesome.
Well, fuck them for obvious reasons, not just that.
Yeah, it's a bad show.
Yeah. But...
You know who to send your hate mail to, folks.
CBS.
Good answer, Sam. Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
What is this, The Feud?
Yeah.
Am I Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
I'm friends with Steve Harvey.
Oh, a Steve Harvey, correct. Yeah.
I had a podcast with him.
Baseball.
Oh, hey, look. We should get out of the way, guys.
Look, Mom, bare tits.
What?
They actually filmed this
used
in
cars.
They filmed this in Dodger Stadium.
No, well, they do a good job of dodging the plane.
Oh.
I'll see myself out again.
I like how the momentum causes the entire hull to ripple.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
It's just one of the best Superman moments in any movie ever made. Just that simple.
I do think it's my favorite airplane rescue, for sure.
Yeah.
Take that, Supergirl. CBS.
It's one of the best. Man.
Does beat a helicopter.
That too. Or a shitty subway train.
Hmm.
I still think that's a really oddly small ass on his chest.
Not the biggest fan of the suit.
The colors are kind of weird.
And you're not a big fan of the texturing.
No.
I'm fine with the texturing, but I don't like the shade of red. It looks like he's a Redskins fan. Not Superman.
It is a little muted.
Yeah.
A little burgundy. I'm a nerd.
Bye-bye.
I'm
God,
back.
I love baseball.
He just stands there. He just stands there, wide arms. I'm back. Superman's back.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Everyone go watch Max Landis' Death and Return of Superman. It's great.
He's back. It's great.
One of the best things Max Landis has ever done.
Jimmy, the two Jimmys.
The two Jimmys hugging.
Yeah.
Jimmyception.
Skeletor thinks.
Yes.
Ponders his next move and wonders why he isn't Hugh Laurie.
Again, I would have preferred Stephen Fry if we're going to go that route.
Yeah.
And he's already been like a news tycoon in a comic book movie.
Which one?
Safe.
V for Vendetta. He was a talk show
yeah,
host.
that's right, yeah. Not so funny. Oh, you funny man.
Yeah. And then we're back to this.
Oh, right. I'm still in this movie.
I did good, didn't I? Didn't I, boss? I did good.
Calpen do good?
Say it with your face, not with the lines we aren't giving you.
Yeah.
Are any of his scenes on the DVD?
I don't know.
Someone grab the DVD and look at the back.
That's fine. I don't want to hear any of this shit. Oh, no, that's cool.
Thank you.
Looks at his waistline.
That's the name of this movie.
Roll credits. He said it.
That's like John Hammond saying, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
Roll credits.
The idea of Lois Lane being a poor speller was something that showed up during the Donner films.
The only thing it says here is additional scenes, so it doesn't say specifically.
There's a really good documentary.
There is a deleted scene on my edition of the DVD where they're walking to the Fortress of Solitude from, I guess, where they park the yacht, and Cal Penn's asking Lex Luthor where he found whatever Miss Tessmacher is, Kitty. Parker Posey's character, yeah. And he's just like, oh, she's just a chick.
Typical Lex.
Take your vitamins.
Mr. Glass.
This is my steeple.
It's a swing blade or line or whatever the hell it is. Swing line. Richard Clark?
Sounds like a Tinder profile. That also sounds like a Tinder profile.
Clark's like, say it.
Whisper it into my face.
Say my name.
What's my name? When I used to work in the Empire State Building, my elevator rides were like that. Just crammed in there with a whole bunch of old dudes reading newspapers.
'Cause Prince is dead?
Yeah. And so are old guys.
Ooh.
Clearly, he fathered a child for you.
The Family Guy scene where he's like, after he has sex with Lois, he like uses X-ray vision to see the uterus, like, and see the fetus begin to form. He's like, "Oh, see you in 5 years."
Superman, the tale of the broken condom.
Yeah.
Do the do.
Now I know where you live.
Quiet time with Superman.
It's never quiet time.
I wish he liked me.
Which there's also a great scene in this, and I think that might be the scene that you're talking about, Jake, where he goes up, like in the atmosphere. It might be right about to happen too.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
scenes. Where he
scenes.
just is like able to hear the entire world.
Yeah, it's great. We were joking, I think, off mic about like he flies out to listen to everything and all the problems in the world, and he just flies right back to Metropolis. Because a car is going out of control. Yeah, the visuals in this are top notch.
I know you live.
Yeah.
Is this considered stalking?
Yes.
Especially when you use your X-ray vision.
Yeah.
This is getting to the point where it's creeping.
Yeah.
I'd love to see someone try to make a citizen's arrest on Clark for this.
Mr. Man.
There's a great Judge Dredd where a guy tries to do a citizen's arrest on a criminal, and Judge Dredd shows up and he's like, Judge Dredd, he broke into my shop and I tried to do a citizen's arrest, but he left. And Judge Dredd looks at him and he goes, citizen's arrests are illegal. You're under arrest. And he arrests the guy.
Impersonating a judge.
Yeah.
Death. My dad loves this song.
Heart and Soul.
Yes.
I hope you hear it later with Tattooed Headed Man. James Marsden. He's not Cyclops anymore.
Yes, he is.
Or
he's back.
Now the timeline's fucked.
Which Deadpool points out so well.
He does. That's one of my favorite moments. Is it McAvoy or is it
Stewart?
It's hard to tell in this fucked up continuity.
It's Richard Donner.
Richard Donger.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't mind me. I'm just making all kinds of noise.
Yes.
You know, James Marsden was supposed to be Jesse Custer for Preacher. He was like signed on and ready to go, and they were going to make a movie of it.
A Preacher movie.
Preacher movie. One day she'll see.
Perfect opportunity for that Prince song right there.
Party Man. Oh, not that song?
Oh, no, sorry, not Prince, The Police.
Party Man.
Every little thing.
Yeah.
That'd be a perfect time for the line, if a man is considered guilty for what goes on in his mind, give me the electric chair for all my future crimes. Oh.
Why don't I just fly around the world and turn back time and make it so I never left?
A perfect way to set that up.
So this is the scene.
It's a good scene.
So iconic that the theatrical release poster is
that.
Basically that.
He tries really, really hard to fart in space.
His cape looks like a fruit roll-up.
I try to always guess, like, what was the scene that, like, the writer or the director was like, this scene. You know, and I feel like it was this, like, visual right here of, like, him being out in space and just, like, you know, that
Pretty
was
sweet.
the part.
Yeah, gotta get it out before we get back to Earth.
Don't embarrass
There's
myself.
a moment where one of the like cops is like, "Holy sh!" and like you could tell that like he knew that they were gonna cut before he says shit, but they stay on it a second too long, so he's just "Holy sh!" and it's like, dude,
should have just said shit.
yeah.
Let
Dude.
the editor do the editing.
I mean, theoretically, if the editor did the editing, he would just cut out the. He would be able to cut it a little closer,
a little tighter.
Yeah, all we'd get was the holy.
And also, I feel like this like bit coming up with the gun in his eyeball was also one of the things that was like, you know, it's gonna be cool. We shoot Superman in the eye.
yeah.
Well, that was gonna be like they're like, hey, technology, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look what we can do with this now.
Technology. Am I right,
Am
guys?
I right, guys?
This guy with a massive machine gun.
Compensating for his massively insignificant donger.
Like, I think what kills it, now that I'm looking at the scene again, what kills it is it should have cut straight to him shooting.
Yeah.
Not that second of silence of it panning
Although-
back up.
To
Yeah,
be fair-
the gunfire should have been what was masking,
Yeah.
not the cut.
Yeah, the cut itself, I guess, was fine, but it just cut to the wrong thing.
Well, but you also, I feel like the actor went, holy shh, and like the editor did stay on it for too long because it's shit. It's not shit. Unless he was going, shit. But you accentuate the shh as well as the it.
Aim for his head.
They don't know he's wearing body armor
What
until
is
they
he-
shoot him.
What is he, a zombie?
What is it, some kind of body armor? He's human after
What
all.
is this, some
Although-
kind of Suicide Squad?
Some monster movie. Sounds
Yo.
like a damn monster movie.
The
Tickle
fact
the
that he's
man.
got this gigantic machine gun and that the cop down on the ground who pulled out the sniper rifle used the anti-material sniper rifle. You know, things for shooting engine blocks.
Oh, yeah. By Geneva Convention rules, you're technically not supposed to use those on a man.
Yeah, exactly.
That never stopped people before.
True.
I mean, clearly this is just another example of cops overstepping their shit.
Now, is this his suit or him projecting some force field over his suit?
That's what it. Yeah, that's how John Byrne explained it.
Yeah, the popular reasoning why most of the time Superman's suit doesn't get fucked up.
But now, is that him?
Yes.
Oh no, that was him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the popular reasoning behind Superman's suit being nearly as invulnerable as his body is that he produces an aura around him that protects his suit.
I would have expected to just hear that Robert just shit himself right there.
We're about to see the writers of the movie.
Hey, look.
Frank
Jesse
Underwood.
Eisenberg
Frank
hair.
Underwood voice. Give me close-up shots of Parker Posey screaming. Thanks.
Thanks for the pearl necklace shot too.
I feel like here she's playing her character from Blade Trinity.
As Ryan Reynolds refers to her, the cock-juggling Thundercat.
Yeah, just like how Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds was playing his character from Blade Trinity as well in
Yeah.
the new Deadpool movie.
They, not those guys. Where are they? I'll see them in a second. Oh, that's them.
Them?
Yeah, that's the writers.
That's
He's
them
right.
working,
They're writing.
that's them working out
I
the
will say,
script right
I will
now.
I will say my favorite Ryan Reynolds ism now is the shit spackled Muppet fart. Like I take that as my favorite now.
When are we gonna do the Blade movies, guys?
When they release a fourth Blade movie, duh.
Come on, Wesley Snipes.
I don't even know how that's possible, Kitty, but you did it.
Why is her car still accelerating? Is my big thing. Like
Yeah.
if you cut the brakes, you could just pop it in neutral.
How she managed to swerve around and not hit a single pedestrian?
Plot armor is strong, Josh.
These Metropolians are well versed in things going awry like this. And now suddenly the engine is stopped.
Magically.
Plot armor.
He sets it on the ground and it just takes off again.
It's like the usual suspects. He's also Kaiser Sose. Spoilers. Hey, Action Comics number 1. Ah!
But wasn't that a truck?
Nope.
No.
No, it's an automobile.
Huh.
I mean, it's been recycled so many times that you probably have seen a truck.
The scene is so fucking awesome because he takes the bad guys out and then he just smashes the car in front of them like, fuck you, I'm Superman. Early, like, Superman is hilariously awesome in the comics where he's just like...
He doesn't give a fuck.
Well, he's with Lois at one point. He's just like... She's like, will I see you? He's like, possibly, maybe, tomorrow, maybe never. He just flies away.
Supposed to infer that he was recording video with that phone?
No, probably just taking a picture.
Takes a picture.
Okay.
This is back in the day when...
This is the year the iPhone debuted.
No, I know. That's why I was looking at that phone. It's like, don't try and tell us he's taking video with that.
I mean, I took video with a flip phone.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, just not one of that quality.
Well,
It's
Noah said it was gonna be awesome fucking quality.
Yeah, it's not the iris lens or whatever the fuck.
There was a subplot that Jimmy hadn't been able to get, and he was supposed to say it drunkenly in the bar with Clark that he hasn't had a picture featured in the Daily Planet since Superman left, and it's like, well, then why the fuck are you still working at the Daily Planet? It's been 5 fucking years.
Dick sucking game is strong.
I guess. And so the idea was that...
have you seen that bow tie?
The idea was the kid gets the better picture than Jimmy does, and he doesn't get a good picture until the end of the film when Superman saves Metropolis. Addis Abba is where Lex Luthor gets the kryptonite in Superman the movie, so it's a direct nod. And of course, they say that Shard landed in 1978 when Superman the movie came out, so they're not even subtle. Straight up Easter egg. Only way it would be more of an Easter egg is if it was in a goddamn egg.
Like a Fabergé egg.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't Superman have normally used his X-ray vision to see her heart was not suffering?
I think that was more so just because he was being witnessed by so many people. He was like, you know what? This is good PR.
And
like,
just being nice.
Yeah.
I mean, he's super fucking man.
I do like the fact that he squatted down like he was just going to up, and away. And then it was just like, soft.
He does a superpower takeoff and it just knocks her to the ground.
Just the German ones.
They know a Superman.
A Superman.
An Ubermensch, in fact. Poor Bat. Where about it?
Oh.
First time you hear Gotham in a Superman movie. Do you guys remember when's the first time you hear Metropolis in a Batman movie?
I do not.
Batman Returns.
Batman Forever.
Oh. So close.
You also hear Gotham mentioned in Smallville.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But they can't say Batman.
Nope. No one can say Batman.
They say the billionaire with...
Wow, that's
Tech.
really good quality photos for that shitty cell phone. That flip phone.
Using a Samsung, baby.
And...
That was a trailer moment, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the trailer ends, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, at least Olsen's photo was in color.
True. True.
Pagers.
Oh,
2006, baby.
it's a different time.
Smartphones are just now... I mean, when they're in production, they're not even in vogue.
But I mean, even still, pagers.
The smartest phone, and like I guess during production would be what, the Razor?
Wait, weren't Blackberries a thing though? This? point?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Sidekick?
Oh, the T-Mobile Sidekick.
Yeah.
No, probably still the Blackberry.
The like first T-Mobile phone
The big draw with the Sidekick was that it had a built-in keyboard.
for texting.
Yeah.
Didn't the Blackberry too?
I mean, it was straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the Sidekick, you could flick it open,
Oh,
and it was cool.
yeah. And then we got the LG Envy. Yeah.
I know it pisses me off.
Our professional relationship.
And the fact that I still want to put it in you.
Yeah. And the fact that I stare into your house with my X-ray vision at night when you're asleep. Yeah, I'm sure Superman's got a telephone.
That looks just like you.
Crave a smile.
I'm the only person that can see it in this room full of like investigative reporters. Oh golly!
He's like, look, guys, look. Don't hand me
Good.
keys.
The only thing that's stopping him from outing Superman is an asthma attack, which Superman isn't entirely against. He's like, yes, good thing your inhaler doesn't work.
No.
Probably used his heat vision to vaporize all the inhaler juices. Let me smell this map.
My favorite pastime.
To be fair, I would too. Ooh.
Did you get your rocks off?
Yes.
More sexual double entendre.
Only in a Superman film.
So wait, did Lex hire that guy to record everything, or...
Yeah.
Because he seems to really hate it whenever he's recording anything.
Yeah, no, Lex did hire him to do that.
I think he just got the short straw as like documentarian of Lex's proposed ascent to power. This looks conveniently like a blade. I think I'll just put this in my pocket and maybe use it as a blade.
Or a toothpick.
Yeah,
Whichever need comes first.
Probably. I mean, who knows how much of Lex's gum meat? Never mind. I can't even.
It's all
tried,
that steak
Sam. You
Yeah.
tried.
getting stuck between his teeth.
Yeah.
And that barbecue. Pervert. What an idiot.
I like how his hearing is kind of like if, they use laser microphones up against glass, you hear like through the vibration.
Right. No, I like it too.
They put a lot of detail into his abilities with this one.
Let me slouch more.
Gee, my ears are burning. It's like someone's talking about me.
Alone at last.
It's like, so, you were talking about me.
Oh, the only contents of your purse are a couple dollars and a lipstick. What does he say in the first movie? Wouldn't it have been just par for the course if he had just said that?
Oh, golly, cigarettes, Lois.
Oh,
Still smoking, I see. Well, cancer still hasn't gotten you. Just throw in all the references to the first movie we can.
yeah, pretty much. Did he actually use his X-ray vision so he wouldn't have to see?
Yep.
Okay, to the elevator at that point, I understand.
But
everything else
understand.
before that, it's like it's clear glass.
There was a handle in the way.
Excuse me, Mr. Handle.
Don't fly off. Why have I not been kicked off the show yet?
You're a producer, for starters.
I don't trust myself to run the equipment.
Because it's all my equipment. It's the only job security I have.
Oh, God.
I like how Josh pointed at me as if to say, "You're not wrong."
This is one of my favorite parts of the film. It's much better than the "Can you read my mind" sequence. It's the best sequence between Lois and Superman. I wish there was more of it.
Creep.
An astronomer.
Says the woman who was saved by the savior from the falling plane.
Mm.
What it needs is a Batman.
He would have done really well against that falling plane.
He had the money to catch it.
Yeah, he would have designed a better coupling.
Yeah.
Or paid for a better coupling.
Branson's quest for the best.
To be fair, if this were Gotham, the Joker wouldn't have been, making a, Kryptonian crystal EMP bomb. So it would have never happened. He would have never had to catch the plane.
Yeah.
Boom, trumped.
He just would have killed the people flat out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Batman would have been like, I can't kill the Joker. I can't become as bad as him. My parents are dead. Run off into the shadows.
My city.
Well, Clark's a chode, Lois. Just a guy.
Maybe I should kill him. Do you not like Clark, Lois? I could snap his neck.
There was a whole comic series called The Death of Clark Kent. We could pull stories from that. And now I drop you. That's what you get when you write a bad article about me.
But
that's what you get when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
To be fair, even if
My
he
theater
dropped
was showing
her,
that last night.
she'd still float for at least a good 5 minutes.
It is
cool
a movie.
shot of these two.
Can you read my mind?
That's as fast as Superman can go, interestingly enough.
Next stop, the atmosphere.
The idea of Lois taking her shoes off before they take off was something improvised by Kate Bosworth. She's like, I don't want to wear these fucking heels. Which I'm sure Brandon Routh appreciated because, she's standing on his feet.
All right, here's thinking, Lois, can you still breathe? Yes. Up, higher we go.
Boom. Boom, Lois. Just drops her. Say my name.
Finds the closest nuclear reactor. It's like, I don't know why, but this feels familiar, Lois, and it feels right.
It just annoys me that it looks like his cape is just tucked in like a napkin or a bib.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta imagine he's a bit of a messy eater.
That's why he flies so slow right now, because it would just fly out otherwise. He goes, Lois, let me just... Hang on. I gotta... Okay, we're good. Do you see?
This is me at Disney World. Do you see?
Do you see? Oh, God, it's so boring.
So I guess that means Lois lives in the equivalent of what would be like Long Island?
Long Island or Staten Island, maybe. Probably Long Island, though. Like, near Amityville, maybe? Because that's where Amityville is. It's deep Long Island.
Does that mean while he's floating around with Lois in this nice touching scene, he's just hearing people crying out for help?
Yep.
He's just like, I'm ignoring you. This is my time.
Something that like Greg Pak, I think, suggests is that he basically, it's what he focuses on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
otherwise,
able to tune things out.
Yeah, otherwise he would just be bombarded all day.
Yeah. That's like that. I think I probably referenced this more than any other episode of Smallville, where he basically tells it to Lois. And they're sitting outside, and she has his powers for 24 hours. She's like, how do you do it? He's like, I choose.
That's my secret, Lois.
Almost kiss.
I'm always angry.
Yeah. Turns into the Hulk and punches a snake monster in the face.
That doesn't look like a party. That doesn't look like a party. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I got it in the exact tone.
You good.
Yeah. Avengers commentary available now.
You said nasty things about me, Lois. Superman always remembers.
I never lie.
He just starts floating with floating with like his classic Sam Stone line.
Good night, Lois.
Yes, that too.
Well, he does say that to me whenever I say, see you around, Sam. He goes, I'm always around. And then I just hear, good night, Lois. And I'm like, Sam, not again. Yeah. As he's driving away in his car, like...
Hands not on the wheel, just out in front of him.
Yeah.
Why do you have sex hair?
Yeah.
Having sex.
Tell the truth now.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
See,
Tell the truth.
Told you Jimmy Olsen's dick sucking skills. You see that? He took it all. That's the name of the movie.
Wait, but
Roll credits.
the movie, the fuck out of here.
Am I in your head or are you in mine?
Superman Returns, the quest for peace.
Ooh.
Current.
Like how Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar for one of his worst movies. Still haven't seen The Revenant.
The bear totally deserved it.
Go back in your hole, Clark.
Yeah.
There's a deleted scene. I don't know if it's in the deleted scenes, but like in the script where he comes down, he's like, "Father, we must talk. I've never felt more alone." And then notices his crystals are gone and gets really pissed.
This is a super cool shot.
So all we don't get him calling out to Jor-El. We just get him seeing that there's no crystals and getting super pissed.
It's been 5 years, bro.
Maybe you should have put a lock on the door.
Yeah, bro.
Who touched
You know
my
who does?
computer?
Doc Savage.
Comic book Superman who has that giant key that only he can lift to open.
I like when he has it as just it's just a normal
dwarf
key,
star?
but it weighs like
Yeah.
heavy as shit.
Yeah, it's so
or heavy
dense.
as fuck. Yeah. He's like, "Hey Lois, try to pick it up." She's like, "Huh."
He should just drop it in her hand, leave a key-sized hole in it.
Yeah. Key size hole.
A keyhole, if I may.
He's like, "You remember?" Quentin Tarantino's favorite scene.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of the entire Superman movie, all right?
All right. Her feet, she picks it up with her toes, all right.
There's also a shot of Frank Langella holding a sign in the background, all right? One of his favorite movies of this past year, The Internship, with Robert De Niro.
Where he gets a boner from a massage. Still haven't seen that either. I just know that from the trailer.
He gets a boner from getting a massage, all right?
While he's getting like a foot job from Uma Thurman. All right.
My investigator you know what? Never mind.
So many of my jokes have started out like that.
Yeah.
This was gonna be great.
Yeah.
Of course Lex Luthor would listen to fucking Bizette.
Yep. Opera of psychopaths.
Carmen, to be specific. That moment when they almost like treat it like a horror reveal when she sees
with the wigs.
yeah.
Well, the wigs are terrifying as established
In the
opening scene.
Yeah. They're like the pod people from Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
At what point was walking onto a stranger's boat uninvited a good idea?
She's Lois Lane, intrepid reporter. She's gonna bring her kid on any. Oh,
Ooh.
Mr. President.
Balls deep in a toothbrush.
Little Lane?
Superman Jr.
A little boy. Now this shit just got personal.
Well, now I'm going to kill you.
This is rough. My least favorite shit is when they're on this fucking boat and they're just like fucking around.
Is it just the Clown Man?
Clown Man's like as much as I praise this movie as some of the best Superman stuff I've ever seen, Clown Man scene is one of the worst scenes I've seen in a Superman movie. And we watched Superman 3 and 4. I'm not saying it's like the worst of all time, but it's up there.
I was so close of getting out of seeing Superman 4. So close.
So close, but we wouldn't let you.
But you let me skip that one Rocky movie.
Yeah, the Rocky.
We actually missed 2 Rocky movies because we did
but
3 and 4 the same night.
There was that one that we were like, Josh, you need to see this one, and then we didn't wait for you.
It's in that binder right over there. Just looks at it.
It's got a robot.
Revenge.
It's also on Netflix, I think.
I'll just get you the Laserdisc.
Fuck.
What if the Laserdisc cover was like just the robot?
Oh, then I'd never give it back.
Happy birthday, Polly.
In the computer?
Did anybody actually see Zoolander 2?
No.
It's still at my theater.
Oh.
How much extra are they being paid to keep it there?
They're only contractually obligated to have it for 2 weeks.
Unless it's Star Wars, then it's 4 weeks.
Yeah. And in which case, if it keeps getting money, they'll keep it forever.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we don't have it anymore. But it was continuing to get money.
Finally.
It was there for 8 weeks, so it made money.
Yeah, we all know.
Much to Josh's chagrin.
Yeah.
Again, they weren't seeing the big picture.
No.
Wrong.
We had The Big Short.
Not yet, Sam. Not yet.
Oh, land, yeah, land ho. More land.
What makes you a great villain? Wanting more land.
Clown man.
He has no idea what that technology will be,
No, yeah, I mean,
but
we
he'll
don't
have it.
We never actually see Minus creating Luthor land, what he does or intends to do.
It's like all he gets out of the crystals is land.
At least the crystal he uses.
Yeah.
We don't see what happens to the other crystals because they get rocked.
And rolled.
How many YTMD memes came from that single line delivery?
Not enough.
It's like Darth Vader yelling no. I have a pocket pussy made out of kryptonite.
Yeah. I made a cylinder. I call it the chode.
It's like the opposite of a chode.
The fastest way to give yourself testicular cancer?
He's already bald, so like it matters.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, I suppose it's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's full blown.
Yeah.
Man, Luthor right there is like, oh, you sly girl, you.
You
Clever girl.
You didn't use a kryptonite condom.
You should be dead right now.
If Lois gets a suntan, that kid could kick right through her stomach. The kid is playing it so, I want to say subtly, but I'm leaning towards badly.
Is there a difference for him?
That you can't tell whether he's actually scared of the kryptonite because
it's kryptonite.
because it's kryptonite, or if he's scared of it just because Luthor's a bad guy.
Or if he's just scared of the big bald man in general.
Let's just leave him with Clown Man.
I'm just kidding, guys. This is my favorite scene. I've been lying the whole time.
Next, you're going to tell me your real name's not even Jake.
Yes, Clown Man. Fucking like, he also, doesn't he like fucking like jiggle his head like a fucking idiot? So
he makes
like
it look like the clown laughs.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
there you go.
There's your PG-13 rating, folks.
That's right, because they cut out the sh. Why don't I have any lines, Lex? Just fire the fucking rocket, Cal.
I do remember. Like, thank you for letting me know about his deleted subplot, because like I remember being like in the movie being like, why the fuck do they cast Cal Penn if he's not gonna fucking do anything?
According to Cal Penn, like Bryan Singer did like apologize to him like during post-production. He's like, look, man, I'm sorry, we just couldn't make it work. And it's like, oh, you had time for Clown Man?
It's a Jurassic Park reference.
I was about to say, who the fuck does she think she is, Wayne Knight? Why did it automatically open up folders?
Why is this broken?
Clark just looks away somewhere.
wait, this scene's important.
Guys, best scene in the movie.
Guys, we're gonna get Clown Man.
When he's getting the tattoo on the back of his head, they're like, yo, you think this is a good idea, Cletus, or whatever the fuck his name is? And he's like, one day I'm going to play Heart and Soul with a fucking kid on the piano.
And it's going to be worth it.
It's going to be so worth it. Then I'm going to get crushed to death.
Kid only knows one song.
Yeah. This was kind of a, like, if we're talking, like, oh no.
How can it get any worse?
Clown Man.
I mean...
Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I spent like $350.
He's like, I'm glad I can't see it. You can see it, but I can't see it.
And what was the point? It's not like he has his back face to her, and that's like a symbolism for like, I'm watching you.
No, see, that was the backdoor introduction to this universe's Joker.
This is up there with Peter Parker dancing in Spider-Man 3.
You know, I've done such a good job of forgetting about that, Jake. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Blame it on Clown Man. I'm just thinking of Superman catching a plane out of the air. Bullets hitting him in the eyeballs.
Oh, wow, a fax machine. Those were a thing.
Yeah. My family still has one.
My office still has one.
How often do they see use?
Every couple weeks.
Haven't used.
We have to send forms, you know.
Haven't used mine in about 10 years. But University Mall Theater, where I used to work, we would fax in the schedule for our movies every week to the newspaper. It was really more at this point, at least with University Mall. It was really more of a scanner that automatically like emailed something to a pre-registered phone number.
Quick, what's that say?
I should have learned Russian.
Launch.
Huh.
I mean, it was a green button. It's safe to say that it means, go.
I would have accepted a little subtitle that said launch.
No, that was the whole joke earlier in the movie.
You know who isn't afraid when the power comes back on? Clown Man. Let the sun shine.
And I feel
like I do. I feel. Man, Arthur's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the last two Superman movies, the ocean does kind of get fucked a bit, doesn't it? Hey, it's cool. It was just a power outage. Just play the piano with your friend Clown Man.
Oh, where's the clown man?
Where's the clown man? Oh, isn't that a beautiful shot, Bryan Singer? That this entire thing wasn't overindulgent at all.
Yeah, out of everything like that Bryan Singer's done, I'd be if I ever met him, I'd just be like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. Why the fuck is clown? What is the point of that? Could have cut fucking 10 minutes off of this runtime.
I'd ask him to explain X-Men 3.
Talk to Brett Ratner.
Yeah, don't talk to Bryan Singer about that. There's a reason why X3 was not as good, and it's because of Superman Returns.
Though, and we'll get, I don't fucking care. That's the next thing we're doing. The
Spoilers.
Yeah, I don't even fucking care. The I was talking to Jake about this. X-Men 3 is not unwatchable.
No, it's not.
No, a lot of people give it like they're
it's
like
no
this
Superman 3.
Yeah, everyone like shits on X-Men 3. And it's like I can still enjoy this fucking movie.
Yeah. I actually, for the longest time, I was confused as to why people
while I
shit
agree
on it
with
so
everything
much.
you guys just said, this is classic Geek Out where we say that, and then we watch it and we go, what the fuck?
And I would have been like, I
agree.
always thought this shit was bad.
I agree, but we'll have to see what happens.
I agree that it's the weakest of the 3 classic X-Men movies, if you will.
But it's not my least favorite.
Yeah, it's no Wolverine Origins.
Superpowers activate.
Clown man.
It's the end. It's a ridiculous end to a ridiculous scene.
Yeah.
Fuck.
In the novelization written by Marv Wolfman, who wrote the new Teen Titans in the 80s and Crisis on Infinite Earths, in the novelization, Lois kills Clown Man.
Yeah, this never happens.
By dropping a bookcase on him.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. I never really liked the subplot that Super Baby.
Yeah. The only good to come out of it is when he recites the famous speech to him. That's I'm fine. I like that scene.
That guy, obviously not the buff one, the kind of the skinnier one. Not that guy.
The one who opened the door for them?
Yeah. Kind of looks like a more villainous and Russian Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
If he had facial hair and glasses, it'd be like, oh.
Yeah. And it was super nice.
Yeah.
More villainous.
He's filming a short film in upstate New York next week. But still, it's okay. Even though you killed a clown man with.
What are you apologizing for, kid? Just open up the goddamn door.
He's probably embarrassed about his superpowers.
And the fact that he just killed Clown Man with a fucking piano.
Yeah,
he was my only friend.
Clown Man friend?
Clown Man piano?
Clown Man like piano, so give piano to Clown Man?
Remember that time the clown man took off his beanie and he flexed his stupid head and it looked like it was smiling?
Maybe that was an actual tattoo that actor had.
And fire him.
They were
fire him.
Bryan Singer was like, you know what? We're going to use that.
That's one of those things where the directors put some bullshit in that they can't explain, but they're like, someone else will come up with a reason why it's in there. Nobody has Bryan Singer.
This is why you didn't get to direct the sequel, because there was none.
They did do pre-production art, and Brainiac was all in it. He was supposedly attracted to...
Brainiac's always almost in it.
Yeah, he's always...
Can we finally make a Superman movie with fucking Brainiac? He's a much better villain
than
Lex Luthor.
I bet you, if there's ever a Man of Steel 2, it'll be Brainiac.
I hope. In the Superman Returns sequel, which was called The Man of Steel, taking a page from The Dark Knight, Brainiac was attracted to Earth because of New Krypton, the Kryptonite planet, or moon, I guess, that gets lifted out into space.
But none of our cell phones work.
Isn't it your
those
seaplane?
Computers. Well, just in case Perry White wants to know where his editor is.
He kind of like bows, like, don't look at me. Good.
Do it, sir. Do it. Yes. Where's that GIF? Just give me that all
Where's
day.
the person taking that elevator next and being like, what are these doing in here?
It's better than in Superman the movie where he just falls out the window and just his clothes disappear off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But someone should be like, who's naked in the building?
And
Perry.
where can I find it?
They just see his name badge and they're like, Clark Kent? Who the fuck's Clark Kent? Psych.
Gee, that looks really bad. I should do something about it.
I'm not like against the spit curl, like that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's not gospel.
yeah, I'm not super all about this one.
It doesn't have to be there.
Yeah.
But it's his ability that confuses people into not seeing that he's Clark Kent.
Yeah.
When that goes down, there's like an aurora that goes around his face.
Dean
They
Cain
can't
didn't have a
see
spit
through.
curl.
Yeah, neither did Henry Cavill.
Yeah, but at that point, Lois knew who he was pretty quickly.
Neither did Tom Welling.
Yeah,
Mm.
and Tom Welling is gospel.
He spent like almost every other episode telling people who he was.
Yeah, right.
It's
He's like the Flash.
True that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
You
will
get the
say
spit
something
curl.
this movie's done that I don't think any live action or movie Superman has ever done is, like we were saying earlier, now that we've had Superman on screen a couple times, dealing with the difference in the eye color. Like when Superman is Superman, it's a otherworldly blue, as they say.
Yeah.
When he's Clark Kent, it's a more human blue.
Yeah.
Still pretty fucking blue.
But
We're-
there's an
He must have
exaggeration
a
to
he
it.
must have a high fiber diet.
What I love about this is we see like fucking Superman go out of his way to save innocent people. Yes.
Jimmy, have
They're
you been
those-
reading again?
They're those lottery numbers for the people who won the vacation in Superman 3.
Are they?
No.
Oh.
I like how
Would have
Perry
been cool if it was.
Perry
yeah.
isn't phased by everything exploding like he's like been in a war zone or something. Maybe he has, I don't fucking know.
I mean, it is Perry fucking White.
Yeah, but like everyone's panicking, he's just like solemnly like I thrive on the chaos.
He does.
Probably. Masturbates to it.
Mm.
He is DC's
Great
J.
Caesar's
Jonah Jameson.
Ghost!
So, yeah, he kind of does.
Wait, everyone's like just standing there.
Just kind of mildly surprised by it. Well, it is Metropolis. Well, I saved one person. Bye.
Almost threw him into that car.
There was a deleted scene during the montage of him like saving shit, only in like the earliest draft, where he goes to Ground Zero because 9/11 was 5 years before Superman Returns came out, and kind of like stands there like, you know, if I was around, I could have done something. And then like the producers were very quickly like, maybe don't have that in the movie.
Save that for a comic book run.
It wasn't like Marvel where they had the entire month of black issues. It's cool turning falling glass into sand.
Yeah, just that one building, though.
Yeah.
So those other people can go fuck themselves.
You actually played the Superman Returns game for the 360.
I own it. I beat it.
It was god awful.
It is. It is fun though. It is fun to like fly around and like go super fucking fast and
Without reins.
like
Reins
fight people.
everywhere.
I
you
own
like
that game.
yeah.
Fucking
Superman
reins.
64?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the firehouse.
Pseudo Flatiron building.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I always want to call that the Ironside building. Probably because I really like Michael Ironside.
Yeah, he's great. He's in Turbo Kid.
Yeah, he is. That was a
The
great
voice
movie.
of Sam Fisher.
Yes. Yeah.
I highly recommend everyone check out Turbo Kid.
Available on Netflix.
Yes.
The only other people that geek out about this sequence, but really about this film in general with me in my many travels, have been Corey, who's been on the show before, and Mark Waid. One Baltimore Comic Con, me and Mark Waid geeked out about Superman Returns. And then I never saw him again.
No one has.
It's funny. We haven't seen the Batman or Superman either. Maybe he's one of those two characters.
Next time I see Mark Waid, which maybe never, I'll ask. I did get him to finally talk to him about favorite Flash villains because he wrote the Flash for over 80 issues.
Professor Zoom.
He says
Captain Cold.
He says Professor Zoom is the biggest Flash villain, but his personal favorite
Trickster?
Abracadabra.
I don't even know who that is.
Hasn't
Is
shown
that
up
a
in the show
Pokemon?
yet. That's 2 Pokemon, Abra and Kadabra.
One evolution of the other.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
Whoa!
He said the thing!
I made a Sam noise.
The power of Atlas.
The amount of times we could have rolled credits on this movie already is astounding.
Yeah. This is the, of course, that would have been the culmination of the subplot where Jimmy hasn't been able to get a good picture in 5 years.
My car.
You just hear the children in the back screaming.
That car?
No, Superman, no!
I don't have active God insurance, Superman.
Force majeure my ass.
Oh.
But yeah, like Sam was saying, it is nice to see Superman, save people on a...
Do you think the residents of Metropolis have
Pretty
a
massive level.
specific insurance for Superman-related
Probably
acts?
have to. I'm sure there's an insurance company that was like, we're going to take advantage of this.
In the Marvel Universe, it's damage control.
Yes. We're getting...
Isn't that a TV show coming soon?
Yep.
Is it Netflix or...
It's at least getting... No, it's...
ABC.
ABC?
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
getting at least got a pilot order.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Meanwhile, back on the yacht.
The Yacht of Justice. Stately Wayne Manor Yacht.
Mommy, I'm going to open it now.
Mommy, can I go out and kill tonight?
Meh, 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 meh. Go!
My favorite scene is coming up, though.
Boom.
Deep from in the depths.
Ba-dun, ba-dun.
Just when you thought it was safe.
Someone tried to argue with me that the movie leaves it ambiguous as to whether or not this kid has superpowers, and I was like, "Did you see the piano?" And
The novelization again makes it because again it's the piano scene isn't there.
good.
Yeah, but
In the excitement of seeing his father, he crushes him so hard with his hug, he
Yeah.
leaves him there dead.
This is what you get for leaving X-Men.
Vicky Vale likes Batman. Remember in Titanic when the boat cracks in half and that one guy falls in the crack in half hole?
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
other guy falls and hits the propeller.
Yeah.
And everyone laughs in a
Yeah.
very awkward moment.
Yeah. Laughing at just the macabre
Mm-hmm.
nature of it all.
Oh, there's nothing awkward about it. I found it hilarious.
Well, you're an awkward motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, I'm sick and sadistic.
And macabre. I just
You're
like
so
to use
macabre that when you say it, it sounds like Vincent Price saying it.
corn on the macabre.
Ooh, that sounds tasty.
Sounds like a podcast we need to make.
If anything,
a horror series.
yeah, right.
Corn on the macabre.
I like that.
Where we discuss that in barbecue.
Over barbecue. Over barbecue.
Quick, someone look
we
to make
pair-
sure we're more clever than anyone else on the internet.
We pair barbecue dinners with horror movies.
Chris, you're on to something.
Right? I think I figured out what I'm going to do after Laserdiscs.
I feel like we'd have to make that one video, though.
I thought we had...
You can do them both.
Yeah.
Record the video and record the, while
Rooster
you're recording
Teeth
the
style.
audio.
Oh, yeah, but definitely have video for that one.
If you're showcasing food.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be like, uh-oh.
Dinner and a movie,
Corn on the
right?
macabre is one of the suggested search results. I got corn on the M.
Well, let's see what it brings up.
It's a movie from 1997.
That's the first movie you do then.
Yeah. And a musical group.
That should kill Lois Lane. a gigantic steel fucking door,
slamming on her
cold
head.
cocking her fucking head.
Yeah.
Should kill Lois Lane.
So, there's a movie from 1997, and there's a band.
Well, we got nothing to worry about then.
Yeah. Maybe Popcorn on the Macabre, because popcorn, it's more just, about movies. I like how I'm workshopping this on one of our episodes.
I mean, I still like the food idea.
As far as I know, I mean, people download these things, but I don't know who actually fucking listens to them.
I'm not getting any results on Popcorn on the Macabre. So, dibs. All three of you that listen to these commentaries.
This is my favorite scene, by the way.
I thought, but the clown man's not in this.
It's because he's dead.
He's in the boat.
Still trapped underneath the piano. I mean, it's really good cinematography as the light goes out.
Just the fucking boots.
Yeah.
And he just fucking is a hoss boss and just picks it up.
A boss hog.
Yeah. Also, the look on his face when he comes out of the water, like, look at me! I'm the shit!
Ah! Personally, I would have liked a little bit more of an oomph in his face.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
I'm the best!
Get out of here,
I
door.
did what your son couldn't do.
See the thing in my belt? Grab it.
But who's got you? And then he just drops them out of spite.
Yeah, he's like, see, I can save you.
Or he just tosses them back to Metropolis.
Yeah.
Here, take this seaplane. I'm a superhero, too. I killed a man with a piano.
Boob.
Ovaries.
Ladies.
I don't know how, but she will be.
I guess the world does need a Superman.
And
in that moment, he thought to himself, just know I can kill you if you fuck things up with her.
And then he just crash lands.
It's the second time that shot's there with him, like, holding the whatever craft up and then letting it go. And I just think it's so cool every time.
Yeah. At least it's not like Superman 4 where it's literally the same shot.
I can't remember how many times we counted that.
I do like how...
Every flying shot.
Yeah, I do like how you already see the effects of the kryptonite, like, in his face.
Yeah.
Like, he already knows that it's there.
Well, and Lex Luthor, my favorite goofy Lex Luthor moment comes from what Kevin Spacey says. Think of the fish. Think of the fish, Kal-El. You could have saved the fish.
This is where the fish live.
So one of Superman's abilities is launch pad for small aircraft, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dead fish?
I see a lot of shit brown.
So it looks just like Krypton from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Brandon Ralph talked about how he's like, because Kevin Smith's like, what was it like working with Kevin Spacey? And he's like, I didn't really work with him that much, unfortunately.
It's really just this scene.
They don't, because after this, they're never face to face again.
Yeah.
Face to face. Ooh.
That was always a problem with when he went up against Lex in these movies. He never had a lot of interaction with him in any of them. He's always building up each character and then throwing them together for 5-10 minutes.
What is this, Total Recall?
Yeah, that's how he knows it's a dream.
or not a dream.
A dream, actually.
Yeah. Metropolis Tower. Why aren't you buckled in? Superman said I'd be fine, so I'm fine.
Explain why. Explain why. You've got.
Don't look, just fly.
Yeah.
Well,
Listen,
good thing
you
I wasn't able to
bitch-ass
get
Cyclops.
Metropolis Tower anyway.
I'm better here.
Yeah. Explain why. No, you're saving the exposition for Kevin Spacey. Oh.
Yeah.
Here it comes. My favorite over-the-top Lex Luthor. There it is.
I forgot about that.
Give that man an Oscar for that right there. Just for this whole part. Tall buildings in a single bound?
Ooh.
Doesn't leap any, though.
He does a lot of leaping, though, when he's a
Does
child.
sleep as a child.
But he never clears the buildings.
Why?
I didn't inherit anything from my father.
Yeah.
But I inherited broken bones from your foot. Ooh.
Face.
Face.
You're dragging me.
Yeah.
Least intimidating Cal Penn ever. Like, he walks up like, I'm going to kick the shit out of him. Also, I don't know how this throw happens. It just happens.
Does everyone else get stronger around the weakened Superman?
Cal Penn's like, I'm going to kick the shit out of him. Yeah, yeah.
And he just steps on him.
That's all I can contribute.
I have great downward motion in my feet. I hope he steps on him again. He walks up to him again. Huh? Perfect opportunity to step on him again. Wasted.
Get to play Superman, they said. It'd be fun, they said. Brandon Routh, Superman.
Go splash, splash in a puddle, they said.
Why does Lex Luthor keep hiring women who are sympathetic to Superman? Doesn't he understand that that's, contrary to his cause?
Because it has to be like the Donner movies.
Cal Penn looks at the kryptonite blade and he's like, "Oh, there's that missing piece. I've been looking for it."
We were missing a pretty big chunk of kryptonite. Right here.
I found it buried in Superman's kidneys. Well, just one of them, but he just fell, actually.
I don't think that was the reaction he was expecting.
You'll believe a man can die.
You'll believe a man can get stabbed.
I think
If we ever make a Death of Superman movie, can the tagline be "You'll believe a man can die"?
Lex Luthor made
R-rated Death of Superman.
Lex Luthor made Superman bleed before the Batman got to.
There's a moment in the Spirit movie where Paul Levitz, who at the time was the president of DC, goes, "You'll believe a man can't fly," and I'm just like, "Fuck you, Spirit movie," which I own on Blu-ray.
It's a great movie.
You said that all the way to the cash register as you gave the cashier money, just going, "Fuck you, Spirit movie." Put it in your Blu-ray player and sat there and watched the entire thing in one sitting.
I watched it. I think I watched it twice the week I bought it because I watched it with my room. It was in college when it came out, and I watched it with my roommates in college, and then I watched it with my my neighbors who were they wanted to see it. And I was
All
like,
the time saying "fuck you, Spirit."
Do other kinds of experimenting in college, not with bad cinema.
I would invite chicks over in college, and I would show them. I'm not even making this shit up. I would show them the fucking Transporter 2.
Was that your litmus test for if they were worthy of dating?
I I don't know why. Sure. Yeah.
Was that your aphrodisiac?
Yeah, that's what got it going, man. The idea is you put a movie they're not that interested in, so they get interested in you.
I will say,
Well, I wish I had that amount of thought when I was showing them the Transporter 2.
it's just a really good movie. I just wanted to make sure you saw it.
Yeah. What if I haven't seen the Transporter 1? Doesn't matter.
Shh. It's like that cartoon with the
Speed buggy.
Yeah. That one.
My headphones are dead. I hear nothing. So
Really?
I can't.
Not even the movie?
I can't fucking do anything about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So awkward.
Why couldn't my headphones have died during the fucking Clown Man scene?
Do you want me to turn subtitles on so you can read?
No, I've seen this movie before.
What? That's like the Clone Wars or the Attack of the Clones.
That was volunteer. I fucking unplugged my headphones for that one. But yeah, there's episode 2.
I think I know what the problem is. I'll troubleshoot after we're done with this. It's too chappy.
Way too chappy.
He is consciousness.
I am alive.
What was the? There was a third one that wasn't actually in the movie. It was like a goof on another movie that I used to say. Oh well, lost forever.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't that great of a joke. Oh, I'm the captain now.
The only Best Picture nominee of that year that I didn't watch.
Come on, kid, fly and save the plane. Like your real dad.
Come on, X-Man. Use your mutant power.
It's just like GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Only worse.
Yeah. Favorite Superman movie, but GoldenEye wins.
We can watch it.
Second favorite, but goddamn it, he's not James Bond.
Twice over, because I'm sure you have like it on Blu-ray or DVD, and I've got it on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Although I don't think you have your Bond movies here, right? You have it.
I don't have my Blu-rays here, but I have my
but-
DVDs here.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd love to see that on Laserdisc.
I have it. We can watch it.
That's him responding to that.
Brandon Routh doesn't like Laserdiscs. Got it.
That's him realizing he's still in the movie.
I should save this for later.
Wow, that was in you.
Like you took that like a man.
This was your blood. I'm gonna get rid of it in case I ever have to, defend myself against you.
Friends.
Okay, fine. Don't tell me.
Your kid has echolocation on you. I just don't get it. I think it's one of his powers.
I mean, at one point, Superman was able to shoot little Superman out of his hand, so why not?
What are you doing? Crashing this plane. With no survivors. He just goes.
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the cape.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on a puny ass. And a belt buckle. Bye.
And then he's like, wait, I'm not restored to full power.
Yeah, he just falls. Here's splash. Puny splash. I'm the man. This scene is awesome though. When any time where like Superman gets his groove back from the sun is fucking awesome, and this is probably the best representation of that ever.
Give me your radiation.
He's forming a spirit bomb so he can destroy Frieza.
For 5 episodes, and then he fucking misses.
Well, Frieza survives.
That's true.
Angels in heaven. That must have been an awkward day where they're like, all right, Brandon, we're going to zoom in on your face, and you have heat vision now. You're just like,
there's a...
I have the power.
The most, like, overt, like, just not subtle at fucking all, like, Jesus is or Superman is Jesus moment is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not Jesus.
You mean when the clouds part and he just busts from heaven?
Well, I mean, there was that.
That just happened,
but
yeah.
There's something else.
When he's crucified?
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
But Superman's not Jesus.
I know he's Moses, but yeah, he's already got the stigmata from the from the spear.
No, that's I guess that's part of the stigmata.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Usually manifests more so in the palms and the feet, but yeah, that is part of the stigmata.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
If you ever read the Jeff Johns, Kurt Busiek arc, Superman arc, Up and Away, it's basically their version of Superman Returns. At the time we're recording this, but not the time that you're going to hear it, it's on sale on Comixology. But it's available on Comixology.
And will probably be on sale again at some point in the near and distant future.
Yeah, I mean, Superman's 80th birthday's in 2 years. And there is kind of this big Superman movie coming out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I hear there's also a really, really big Batman movie coming out.
Yeah.
I should probably buy tickets for that.
Yeah. Maybe a nice pint glass as well.
Yeah, and magazines.
Ooh, I love magazines.
Yeah.
Only if they have dirty pictures.
Those ones are nice too.
And
I get those on the internet.
All the characters we don't give a fuck about are conveniently taken out of the movie.
But I care about Cal Penn.
Well...
Wait, Parker Posey didn't die? Nor the dog?
Neither did the cannibalistic dog.
Yeah. Oh, would you have been okay?
Strong.
Would you have been okay with the cannibalistic dog dying?
No.
Yeah. Even by force majeure like that?
To be fair, the dog would have eaten the rock.
Arguably, Superman would have been the one to kill him.
Although, was it just
this
me?
This is where she earns her wings.
Does that dog remind me of the fluffy one from Blade Trinity? It's also a vampire dog.
Yeah. With Triple H.
Yeah.
No!
Oh no, they're dying more.
Can I get the Goldeneye moment again, please? Thank you.
Yeah. To a lesser, to a very, very much so lesser extent, but yeah.
Did we die? No.
You're not sorry at all. I did always have a bit of a problem with this ending, with, the whole Kryptonite really hurts Superman, but he's still able to lift up this Kryptonite city.
The idea is there's like a lot of bedrock in it, and you see it fall away as he does still have a bit of kryptonite in him.
Also, my thing is the bedrock's falling away to expose more kryptonite.
Well, no, it weakens him as it goes.
Yeah.
But there is
It's the willpower.
Look at that ass chin.
Just want to put my peen inside it.
Also, the fact he just puts it out into space, but he doesn't throw it far away enough to not fuck with the gravitational effects of our solar system.
Again, it was supposed to set up the sequel that we never got because
now we have crazy tidal waves all the time.
Thanks, Superman.
Because again, it's what attracts Brainiac, or would have attracted Brainiac to Earth.
We have like 10 tides a day.
Thanks, Superman. You're the best.
It's fine. We already have like 3 moons that the government doesn't tell us about.
Can jet fuel melt any of them?
No.
No.
Jet fuel can't melt anything.
Damn.
Mind over matter, Soups.
And then it just starts stabbing him like an Iron Maiden.
Just so metal. He's just like, fuck up.
He's just looking at that thinking, fuck you, Kryptonite. Fuck you, Kryptonite.
And then that's where we put our space station that is like a waypoint between Earth and the moon.
In case the symbolism and the allegory wasn't concrete enough,
He really had to fart in that scene.
I really need him to take a certain pose.
And it's like almost in slow mo too. Like,
Oh, wait, look, it's that one Matrix movie.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's that.
He almost even has like 1 foot on top of the
Yeah,
other too.
yeah.
Jesus.
Seriously.
Literally.
I like this though. It's interesting.
The
Look,
burn.
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
bird. It's a plane.
There's also the fact that like everybody in Metropolis is just like, oh,
It's a Superman-shaped comet.
I mean, at least
Time
he's
for
recharging
Soups.
right now.
right in Central Park, or whatever the equivalent is.
Stanley.
But it's still not New York.
Isn't it beautiful, Tom? Yes, it's beautiful, Cheryl.
Now remember, son, make a wish. I like how
Nice
it's
touch.
silent. Yeah, it's nice.
The man who fell to earth.
Well, there goes the duck pond.
He slept
Still
for
a perfect
5
curl.
years.
5 years.
Cops, 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 cops. Superman. None of those guys look like EMTs at all.
What do they expect us to do?
There they are.
Does he breathe? They probably know so little about Superman's physiology that they probably wouldn't even know where to start. They're like, I guess we could do the normal human stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're just like, all right, let's try it. Oh, pecs.
Oh, hey, look. The cape just fell away because it's not attached
It's just
to
a
anything.
fucking napkin. Whoops.
That's from the first issue. Action Comics #1 has a cute little scene where he's trying to get a shot and the needle bends and he's like, try it again, doctor. Why don't we just give him some sunlight? Superman's dead. E-I-E-I, yeah. Why don't you get the kryptonite away from him, dicks?
So, December
I quit.
29th, like, Christmas had happened, and
Yeah.
Superman's dead, and...
I
Yeah.
like how they have the nod to the Superman movie we also never got.
Yeah.
Boom. After watching that documentary, I wanted it to happen so
Oh, yeah.
bad.
Such a great documentary.
I always wanted the sequel to this, but I never got it.
So we all got things didn't get things we want. We've all been disappointed by Superman.
Yeah. Or by Warner Brothers.
I just wish that we would have got a Nicolas Cage, like present day Nicolas Cage interview in the documentary. That's the only thing that bummed me out a little bit. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still the Man of Steel.
I've always been Superman.
I'm the only one who can walk in the both Marvel and DC world.
If you had to cast Nicolas Cage in any Image Comics property, what would it be?
I don't know Image Comics well enough.
I'm thinking.
It's a madhouse.
Both Chrononauts. Both
Ooh.
characters.
Ooh.
Dual role. Or
You mean like in
Lead.
adaptation?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
The same explanation for, like, how did you survive all those bumps and bruises through this entire movie?
You're Lois Lane. You bang Superman enough, some of the powers start to rub off. If you know what I mean. Just gets absorbed.
I guess, yeah.
into the
Chrononauts
skin.
or Lead from... that's what I want. From Tokyo Ghost.
Tokyo Drift.
You're not in control until you lose control.
Ooh. Secretly
Is that a
takes
quote
place in
or a
2015.
comic title?
So the tagline to Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Inexplicably taking place in 2015. Out of the way, I'm Lois Lane. Move it, Jack. Get out.
Would that be a valid excuse for not coming into work? It's like, why aren't you coming into work? Superman's dying in the hospital. Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's Metropolis.
He's Metropolis's favorite son. Adoptive son, of course. But,
Wait, you mean the city didn't give birth to him?
My city. No.
Remember that episode of The Office where he goes to the fucking headquarters in New York and there's just like silence and they're all kind of in the office and they cut to Michael Scott and he puts his foot up, like he can barely get it up on like the near the window, and they're just like, what do you think we should do, Michael? And he's just like, my city. And he's just looking out over New York.
I feel like that's what's going to happen when Sam goes to Paris.
Every time I go to a city, Paris, London, New York,
It falls.
yes, has fallen.
Did-
It turns into a Gerard Butler film.
Did he have those Superman S's on the back of his boots?
He has, they're like pajama pants, I think. I could be wrong.
So yes.
No, the pajama. We'll see it later.
It looked like he had little tiny S's on the...
Skechers, it's the S.
She's like,
No, he's talking about Superman's boots.
Skechers, it's the S.
Okay.
it's like Batman's shoes, but were made by Nike. And
Bad
Batman
guys
89.
gotta learn. You don't mess with the S. God. Do you remember that ad campaign?
Now, why isn't she putting glasses on his face and being like,
She draws with a Sharpie.
I
Intrepid
knew it.
reporter.
She's like, yeah, making up. She's like, remember that time we made Boom Boom?
I love the fact that
Before
his
you went
spit
zoom,
curl
zoom.
has survived this.
They had,
whole
they had wigs, or like they had like fake spit curls for him to wear, but I don't think they ever used them.
remember
Use
that
extra hair.
time you went back in time and saved me?
Because I don't.
Whispers into his ear, you're never getting custody.
Damn.
Too soon? Too soon?
No.
Oh, it's been how long?
Movie's been 10 years.
And he's been gone for 5.
May have been the best thing, Josh. May have been the best thing.
That's going on my tombstone.
You're never getting custody.
Yeah, without context.
No, just like a script line, she leans in and whispers softly into his ear, "You're never getting custody."
I did like how the Oscars for the writing, they have like they narrate the scripts and stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and you like get to see like the pages,
the stage
against...
direction. Yeah, Russell Crowe narrating like what? Yeah.
A boy child. First one in centuries.
Next week. Hey, look, it's Ava Marie Saint.
Yeah,
Remember when you were in North by Northwest, one of my favorite films of all time?
She's remembering too, Sam.
I remember when this was Sam's favorite movie of all time.
Metal.
Guzzling.
Even though my headphones aren't working, I can hear Lex Luthor screaming through your guys' headphones.
I'm gonna eat your strong dog. And that's the last we see of Kevin Spacey, Lex Luthor.
Such a shame.
Such little land for such a little man.
An atoll is the technical term. That's a pretty cute police officer. Let me go check on Superman. Oh, fuck.
Code... missing godlike creature.
Code Big Blue.
You know what would have been such a Superman fucking thing? Touch is if he made the bed.
Yeah.
Before he left.
And left a mint on the pillow for them.
He made it like one of those like weird fucking dog pillow animal things.
No.
It's like a fucking mess. He's like, I'm no good with this. Humanity.
I have all these powers,
Yeah.
but I can't make a towel swan.
Yeah.
I meant like a chocolate mint.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We know what you meant. We just were piling on.
Oh.
You ever been on a Disney cruise where they make like an elephant fucking towel monster?
No,
I have, but
Thanks,
I have a picture of it.
Thanks
I-
for rubbing it in.
I have, Jake, but they didn't do that.
Wow.
Well, you
Apparently,
lost
I'm
out.
the only person that's never been on a Disney cruise. Well, I'll go fuck myself.
I've never been on a Disney cruise.
I've never been on a cruise, period.
You're not missing much, Chris.
Just towel monster, elephant monster.
Yeah,
well,
I'll
maybe.
give you the picture of the elephant monster.
Yeah.
Save
Oh, I
yourself
mean, to
a
be
lot
fair,
of money.
No,
have
you know
been
what?
on
Just give me an elephant monster.
You
Yeah.
have been on a cruise ship. It just wasn't going anywhere
Yeah,
at the time.
that's true.
This scene's
Clearly,
cool.
that's good enough.
Yeah. What am I going to do with this evidence?
Must burn him alive. Uses his nose heat breath.
Are you weak enough that I can just crush you in my hand?
Can you read my mind?
Jeez. Damn, you're ugly. Are you sure you're mine?
I forgot how long this movie is.
If I throw you into the sun, will that kill you?
It didn't work for Nuclear Man.
But this movie retcons that, so I think I'm okay.
The movie Outcast? Or the band Outcast?
I've seen them live.
What?
And snap.
Is he saying that the kid's Marlon Brando?
He's
Where's
saying
this kid now?
he's saying Marlon
where
Brando
is
is
Tristan
the kid,
LeBeau?
and the kid is Marlon Brando.
Is that kid's name?
Sam, I think you're the only one who took the time to figure that
I
out.
believe his middle name is Lake.
Jesus.
Oh, and Superman gets really creepy here.
Here?
Not as creepy as he was earlier.
True, but still pretty creepy.
I mean, granted, he did go into their house this time.
Uninvited.
Yeah, it's like a vampire. You gotta invite him in.
The fuck were you doing in my house?
His middle name is Lake. You can't see me. Da, 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 da.
Hold on, wait for it. Creeper.
Sam?
Always around.
Creeper.
Josh, you want to come over and watch Transporter 2?
Do I ever? I love that movie.
It's my favorite Transporter movie.
This,
you don't have to watch part 1.
I own part 1.
Out of Tristan,
On the first 3.
out of Tristan LeBeau's 9 acting credits, this was his first one, so he's been in several movies since.
Oh, anything of note?
No,
So Superman didn't make his career.
he was in an episode of Hawaii Five-0.
Oof. What else?
Two Christmas movies back to back.
Oof.
2013's TV, The Christmas Spirit,
Mm.
and then 2013 straight to video, All American Christmas Carol,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like a white trash version of Christmas Carol.
Yeah. And basically his career went nowhere. Just like his life as Superman's kid.
Oh, man, I know. I wanted the sequel so bad, but we'll never get it.
Well, give it like another 20 years and someone will do a sequel that's loosely related to it.
Would he have been Superboy?
I mean, Superboy's never been Superman's son before. It's usually his clone.
Yeah.
Or just a younger version of Superman.
Yeah.
Superman ever really had a super kid?
No.
He almost has one in Injustice.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
He has one in Lois and the Superman comic by Dan Jurgens, Lois and Clark. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And he has one in a dream sequence in Lois and Clark: The Adventures of Superman, but that's Lois's dream.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's Superman Returns. That's my favorite to date. Still my favorite Superman film. What do you guys think of it upon revisitation?
I mean, I'm gonna keep up with my my previous opinion. Like, it's a solid, it's a good film. I don't understand why people rag on it.
It is the better Superman 3 film.
True that.
Is it the better Superman 4 film?
This isn't Superman 4.
There is no, yeah. This Superman 4 is Man of Steel.
But yeah, for me, it's still the thing where it's like most Superman movies. Unfortunately, it's series of some really great scenes with some series with some really stuck together some really stupid scenes. That's basically every Superman movie. Just that's every Superman movie. Just some have more stupid than others.
Superman today is so far always done better in print than on film.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll be back next week to close out our little Superman series
With my favorite Superman film.
Manuel of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Batman: Well of Steel.
One of my favorite parts of the Tick live action show.
by played by Nestor Carbonell.
Who
Yeah.
was the mayor
of Gotham.
Gotham in the Nolan Batman movies.
And the man with way too much eyeliner on Lost.
And in the Batman movies.
Basically every time he shows up.
I feel like he just wears a lot of eyeliner.
Yeah.
No, that's all natural.
He also dates Maggie Lawson's character in a season of Psych.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, this has been another Geek Out commentary. Thanks for listening along as we watch Superman Returns.
Thank you for waiting out the shitty ones to this one.
Yeah.
You earned this one.
Yeah.
If you did listen along and not just cherry pick.
God knows we did. We paid for it with our finest blood.
Yeah.
But
Josh's blood.
Yeah, I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm in need of a transfusion, Josh.
And we'll be back next week.
Bye.